And we are live. I'm here with the future, Ian Garry. Ian, how you doing?
What's the crack, Harvey?
I'm really pleased to be able to speak to you about a fight announced with an opponent for you.
It's about time. It feels a bit weird having an opponent so laid out from the fight. Like it's not. It's so early.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. Hopefully it stays that way. Now, touch wood, touch everything. Jesus. But no, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
So you're fighting George McManus. You're on the Cage Warriors 115 card, correct?
Yeah.
Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. The Saturday night card.
Friday night. Sorry, Jesus, Friday night. Right, slap bang in the middle. So it'll be ready to make an upset now in front of everyone before the closing night.
So before we talk about your fight specifically, what do you think about the whole trilogy concept and the fact that we've got 3 nights in a row?
I think it's great. I think the way Cage Warriors are doing it, obviously, they've got a lot of contracted fighters, so they're trying to get all their staff basically, because that's what we are. Like, when you think about it, they're trying to get their staff fighters their fights. So I think it's possibly the safest way they can do it. Get everyone into one hotel, test, then break it down into 3 separate nights. Right, these guys aren't going to see these guys. These guys aren't going to see these guys. It's all going to be. I think it's a brilliant way to do it. And to be honest, I think this could be the way they go forward with it. I think if Cage Warriors pull this off without any hiccups, I wouldn't be surprised if they done this October, November, December. I wouldn't. It's just such a good idea. Maybe obviously not 3 nights.
Yeah.
But maybe 2 back-to-back nights. We're talking 20 fights. So I think it's a great idea, and I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm obviously imagining they're having 3 title fights, so 1 every night and then 2 on the last night. But I think it's just going to be, they got all the cards are going to be stacked. I think you're going to have all the young, hungry prospects ready to come in and make a mark. You're going to have all the lads who are like, hold on a minute, these young lads aren't coming in here and running through us and taking all our momentum. We're going to show them what's up. And then you've got the lads who are going, hang on, people are overlooking me.
Yeah.
I've got, they're like, I'm going to go in here and show these. And I think it's just everyone's going to come back in with a bit of hunger. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I've already told you this before. I'm coming into this fresh, ready, and better than ever. So it's hard not to have a smile on the face, Katie, when you're thinking about the fight and you're thinking about how good like this lockdown's been great for me. I know it sounds weird, but like, I'm a positive person. You have to think positively, and if you start thinking negative stuff, negative things are going to happen. So like, I'm just very straightforward. I think the way I should, and I just do what I like all the time, and thankfully that's training. So I get to work my ass off and enjoy every second of it. But I'm just going in here for this weekend, and I'm hoping for not for the sake of me, like everything's safe, as in like I text George McManus, I just wished him and his camp all just a safe camp, because it's not just me, it's a matter of time, and like I just hope everyone gets through this in no hiccups. I don't want anyone, whether it be my opponent, Paul Hughes, or his opponent, or Oban or his opponent, or anyone else. I want everyone to get through this, because everyone deserves it. I mean, it's been a matter of time, and everyone just wants to fight. So, and mostly for, I think, Ian Dean. I think Ian Dean would cry if something happens. So I wish that man all the success. And he's just so good at what he does, and he's always so stressed because of what he does. It's a stressful job. He's always thinking, and he's just so good at his job. So I want this to run smoothly for him, mainly. But I'm looking forward to it. Let's put it that way.
So for people who don't know, when you say you text George McManus is your opponent, and we know that you've really struggled to get opponents in the past. The last time we spoke was on camera was at your gym in February, and you were still trying to get an opponent for Cage Warrior, what was going to be Cage Warriors London. And it was the end of Feb, and obviously Cage Warriors London was supposed to be in March. You actually pulled from that, or Chris Fields made you pull from that fight when you still didn't have an opponent a week out, and then as it turned out, the whole thing went mad anyway. The card got moved up to Manchester. Who knows if you would have been able to fight anyway, because a lot of fights were off, etc. But even before that, you were very unlucky back at Night of Champions when Teo Adunjo had that medical that there was some kind of issue with that, so he had to pull out on fight week. It's just been a real struggle. So I can totally understand why you're desperate for George to have a happy, healthy camp.
Exactly. I was just sitting there and I was like, oh, I'm actually just gonna text him, and I was like, I just as a friendly thing, like, just best of luck. Nothing like I seen said that was literally just, I wish junior camp the best of luck, and I do. Like, I want them to have a good time. I want them to be in good health coming into the fight, because I don't want him to come in and I don't want him to be maybe injured or someone in his family or something affect his training camp. I don't want that. But not like massive respect to him for taking the fight. Like, we've had this conversation plenty of times, myself and yourself, about opponents and people acting as if they're fighters when I've told you who said no and who hasn't and stuff like this before. So look, I'm just happy to have a name so far out from the fight that I can. It's hard to it's hard to motivate yourself, and I know this sounds stupid because people find motivation in different things, but when you're trying to motivate yourself for a fight that's a month away and you haven't got an opponent, you're going, like, get me someone. And then you're going, I know they'll get me someone, but who? What am I meant to be? Like, obviously I work on me, and I've said this before, because of how hard it is to get fights. But now it's just like, right, I don't need to worry about anything. There's someone there. I'm gonna have an opponent. I know who I'm fighting. No, I get to go and have fun. And like, my training over the last couple of weeks has been insane, and I'm loving it. And the vibe in the gym is brilliant, because obviously we moved premises.
Tell me about that as well.
And it's slow. It's about a week away from being fully finished.
Right.
But maybe a bit more. But I am. Oh, it's amazing. Just the way it. So it's 2.5 times our old, the size of our old gym.
You were a little bit cramped in the old gym, weren't you?
Yeah, we were, especially towards the end. Like, Chris had said it to me loads. He's like, "Oh, we're thinking about this, and I was like, "Do it. Why not? Where's the disadvantage to it? Like, you're gonna have a bigger space, maybe more classes, more members." And then he was like, "Oh, with all this stuff going on," I was like, "Do it. It's the perfect time." And him and Tom, I don't think I had any persuasion at all, because like, they're smart. They're smart men, but I think they had it sorted and done before they'd even said it to anyone. I think in their heads it was done, and they were like, right, let's see what people think. But it's unreal, and it's going to be such a good gym when it's completely finished. Obviously next time we roll, we'll come over and have a roll with the women again. But it's
I definitely will.
New zebra mats and all upstairs. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I don't want to. But it's just it's bringing a vibe back. I mean, like, we've been training lately, so we've been getting up in a dig out and like, helping build the gym and just give it a dig out to, like, where it's needed, and see what the lads need, and go up and try to give them a hand. But like, you can see everyone is ready and raring to go in the gym, and they want to come back in. They want to train, and they don't just want to ponder it. They want to come in and train hard. Like, I mean, everyone does. I mean, if you're like me, you put on a couple of kilos over the lockdown. But I just put on a couple of kilos no matter what, because I'm a little fat boy outside of training, so I have to be careful. But no, like, everyone's trying to come back in. They want to go hard at it. They want to lose weight, or they want to go in. They want to push themselves and get better. Maybe some people are trying to progress in a belt in jiu-jitsu, and they're going, right, I want to get to the next belt. Or lads are coming in for K1 going, I want to get a fight. And this new gym, it's kind of a new lease of life. You're coming in going, this is deadly. And I said it to Chris a couple of weeks ago. I said, I feel like it's all starting over again. Like I
Yeah.
said to you, I feel like this is my debut again. I feel like it's a new ride because the old gym is gone. It's not the same buzz, as in it's not that tight little cramped sweatbox. This
Yeah.
is it's bigger, it's better. It's basically everything that I'm saying I am. If the gym is bigger, the gym is better. I'm bigger, I'm better, and now it's combining, and we're gonna go in now in September and show it. And I can't, I actually cannot wait for it.
I'm so excited to hear that because you guys had such a buzz behind you. You know, when I was there in February, there was such momentum, and with the lockdown and with the fact that UFC Dublin obviously didn't end up happening, you know, you could have sat there. There was a few people in the gym who, in the back of their mind, might have been thinking that there was a possibility of them being on that card and like kind of working towards that. It would have been really easy to like feel sorry for yourselves, but every kind of message from all of you throughout the whole of lockdown was stuff you were doing. Even, you know, like I know people don't love running and stuff like that, but people were trying to stay active. You guys were even putting a message out to the community, like we can go and bring shopping for you and stuff. Like you're just such a positive group of people, and I feel like you will feed off each other. And I spoke to Conrad Awanowski a couple of weeks ago about his fight coming up at Probellum, and there's just such positivity surrounding you all.
Yeah, I think that's the vibe that Tom and Chris have created. Though, don't get me wrong, we're all a lot of mouthpieces as well. Like, and you're talking to the biggest one. Like, I talk more shit on a daily basis than probably about 99% of the human population. So I don't really. My nickname in the gym is called the Lip because I just give it a load of this. I, I walk into the gym, like I've said this so many times. I'm not in the position where I can start shit talking on fights. I'm 3-0. I need to shut my mouth and put my head down and do what I need to do to get until I get to the point where I can start running my mouth and talking shit. But I can't start talking shit in the middle of a fight, or I can't start talking shit on a fight camp leading up because I haven't earned it yet. You need to earn something like that. You can't just walk in and think you're this. Do you know what I mean? Walk in, as they say, like with your dick out and be like, "What's up? I'm here." Not, you're gonna get slapped around by someone, and you're gonna deserve it, and everyone's gonna love it. So, eventually, I'll walk in and I'll give a little shit, and I'll start causing a bit of problems. But
So what's the
I just
record
enjoy.
where it's acceptable to do that then?
I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. I think maybe. No, I think I have to definitely earn like not people's respect, but as in like I can't just walk in there 3-0 and start giving it all this. It's just you're going. Someone's just gonna go, shut the fuck up. No
So
one
can you
like
do
who?
that at 5-0?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's a good enough record to start talking. You haven't really done anything. Like I mean, unless you've gone in, you've beaten like 5 unreal fighters. You haven't really
Yeah.
like maybe if I was sitting at like 9-0 or 8-0, like Mason. Do you know what? When I get the belt or when I'm fighting for the belt, I'll give it a load of smack. Right, there's a deal with it. When the lead up to the
Okay.
belt, I'll give it a load of smack. Maybe we'll see. Chris probably might smack me for trying to do that, so I also have to be careful. But no, I think it's just the gym lately is buzzing. Like Chris and Tom have created a great atmosphere in the gym, and it is a lot down to like the people in the gym, like the type of people they attract to train. I mean, obviously, like we all just got lucky we went to the same gym, but we've all kind of blended into this like the same kind. You can all see we all have quite similar personalities and mindsets. Like there's lads sitting there that like they're all like me. Like I can't wait to go to Cage Wars. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Like if that's it, like I've openly said to them, I was like, look, you're not going to be getting mad money. I was like, but you're going to
Yeah.
get if you're good enough, you're going to get to where you want to be. Like
Yeah.
at least that's what it is, and that's the whole point, and that's what we're here for. We're here to try to get to the UFC, or we're here to try like there's lads there that are saying like they want to fight and brave and stuff like that. I'm like, absolutely go for it. Do what you
Yeah.
want to do. So, but like everyone's still in that mindset. We just want to get in and fight, and I'm
Yeah.
happy out with that. I just wish everyone in the gym the best of luck, and whatever they choose, whichever route they go down, that they have fun and they enjoy it as much as I do. Because if they enjoy it as much as I do, they're gonna have a good life. Because I was only saying to my mates that like I couldn't think of anything better. Like this lockdown has kind of slowed everything down a little bit for me, and give it like 10 months since I last fought. It's not ideal. So I would like to have fought 2, 3, 4 times between then and be sitting here 6, 7, 8 now. But it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and moan. But it's been a great time for me to reflect on myself, to look forward to what I have coming in the future, what opportunities are going to present themselves, like work on my skill set, just work on. I know it sounds even mad because I'm always happy, but work on being happier. So I mean, work on enjoying stuff more, and I have done, and everything's been great. And I really am just looking forward to this fight, because when I get in here now, I'm just going to show off a completely different person. I'm going in here and I'm going in there to have fun and get a job. At the end of the day, I've told you this. I respect anyone who steps into that cage, but I have a job to do. I have to beat someone, because it doesn't matter if they're my best mate, they're my mom, they're my dad, they're my brother. It doesn't matter who it is standing in front of me. I have someone I'm looking to be, looking to get to, and I need to beat that person that's standing across the cage for me. And
I've seen you beating up your mum on your stories before as well.
yeah, she's got, from what I've seen, right, she's got better rear naked defense than about 50% of the MMA fighters out there.
Well, she lives with you. That might be why.
She sits there every day on her little keyboard like this, and I'll just walk in, whack, throw submission on, and she's like straight to the 2-hand defend, and she can't get
trying to separate the hands.
She'll start peeling the backhand. I'm telling you, Katie, I want to get her into jiu-jitsu, because my mom's aggressive. Like my mom, I've seen my mom in the gym. Like she does not go easy. She goes for my mate and a PT. Like my mate's a personal trainer, and she was like, Ian, can you ask like Robbie, would you do personal training? And I said, yeah, of course I will. So she ended up doing it. I seen it for a pint down ages ago, and he was like, man, your mom's a fucking machine. I was like, I didn't say it. I was like, I told you. I warned you to watch out. Like, she's a dog. And but genuinely, like, she's, from some of the taps I've seen from professional MMA fighters and rear naked chokes, I'd actually put money on my mom to defend it better than they would. Like, so she's again another reason why lockdown has been good, because I got to have a bit of crack on my mom. Like, my mom works from home now, because obviously she can't go into lockdown and stuff like that. And I just love winding her up. And like it's like she's like a best mate. I just go down and wind her up. She's sitting there going, fuck off, and I'm going, oh what? Come on, and just wrecking her. But no, I am just like so excited for this fight, and I get to go in now and I get to display a newer, smarter, better version of me, and just show everyone how good I am, whether it be like whatever way the fight goes. Where like obviously I'm going to try to take the like where the fight goes and what happens, because that's what I like to do. Like if George comes out and starts rushing at me, that's fine. I literally don't care where the fight goes. I stay standing, whether it's in the clinch, whether it's on the ground, whether we're upside down hanging from a rope from the ceiling. I don't care what happens. I just can't wait to get in there, touch gloves, and then someone just go, fight, and I'm going, ah! And so I really am looking forward to it. It's going to be something special, because I just have an itch, and there's a buzz right now, and I just need to go, and I need to get this done, and then go to the next one, and then go to the next one. And I had a nice bit of momentum before the lockdown. And now that the lockdown happened and COVID came in, it's slowing everything down. And it's been great, because I've had 10 months to progress my skill set. I've had 10 months to think about what we're going to do. Like, me and Chris have both agreed that we're in no rush. So we win this fight, we're 4-0. Not that I'm
Yeah.
looking past George. We're 4-0. We go on to the next fight. We fight a bigger name. We went to the fight after that. We're talking, right, we 5-0. Let's get a good name. Let's get someone who's well respected in the UK, Ireland, or Europe. Be him. And then we go, right, we're 6-0. We're 5-0, 6-0 now. What do we want to do? Let's fight for the title, or let's fight someone that's going to get us to that title shot.
Let's talk about that, because there's been a big shake-up in your division. So Reese Mckee, who was going to be fighting for the belt, went to the UFC. All the best to him. Bloody love Reese Mckee. Just not got enough good words to say about him. Think he's amazing and he really deserves to be there. But he obviously went without even fighting for the title, because that was going to be during lockdown, which obviously got cancelled. And now Mason Jones is fighting for the welterweight title against Adam Proctor, and I actually think that fight makes quite a bit of sense, because I don't think it's holding up the division. The people with a lot of experience in the welterweight division, some of the ones near the top, are kind of coming off losses at the moment, and a little bit early for you. So he's not really holding anyone back by going up. What do you think of that fight?
Everything you've said there is absolutely right. I mean, it's not holding up anything. It's not even holding up the lightweight division, to be honest, because I don't think they were going to make, like, who's the one person they could have done? Paddy versus Mason?
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever put them together.
No, I don't think they will. I don't think they want to, because, and it's the same reason about this fight. I think Paddy's obviously a massive star, so I don't think they want to put him in there with Mason. And not even for that, just Paddy will sell out a massive fight in his hometown in Liverpool when it comes back, and he'll go in and smash someone or whatever, and he'll be ready for the UFC if that comes back again. But I absolutely love Mason Jones versus Proctor. I think it's a great, stylistically, it's a great matchup. I said this to Pizzi and McGrath today. I think I'd like to think that Adam Proctor has everything to beat Mason, but Mason is also the really bad matchup for Adam Proctor.
Yeah,
like he's hard to take down. He's good hips, good judoka. He's like a dirty kind of style of getting in. He likes to get in, get close, you put the pressure on you, and I think we haven't really seen that from Adam. Adam's kind of someone that likes to keep someone at his range and dictate the pace, and it's kind of a slow, steady, like, it's going to wear on your pace. So I think it's a great fight. I think really whoever comes out and implements their game plan the best is gonna win. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think I can see Adam Proctor's route to victory.
Yeah.
More than I can see Mason's.
Do you think the size will make a difference? Because I don't think Mason's a huge lightweight.
No, I don't think he's a huge lightweight, and I've said this. I think his size and his strength, but mostly his length. Adam's a long guy. Like, he's tall, long legs, long arms, especially compared to Mason. I don't know how tall Mason is. What, 5'10"?
Yeah, I reckon.
Adam's 6'2", I think. So, like, that's definitely going to have an effect. But I wouldn't be worried about like the weight. Weight does mean a lot. I just think Adam's clear route to victory here is to beat him on the feet. Just keep him at range, jab the mouth off him. Mason's going to look to come forward and put a pressure on him. But every time he walks forward, if he's eating a jab in the mouth and he's eating a jab and he's eating a jab or 1-2 or a leg kick, it's slowing him down and it's going to take his toll on him. Whereas I think Mason really has nothing to lose here. I mean, he's going in, he's still going to be a lightweight champion, regardless. He's taking a risk, obviously, going to welterweight. But if he goes in there and does it, I mean, he's going to be a two-way champion and everyone's going to go, holy shit, this kid's legit.
Yeah.
I think he just walked. I think his best game plan is to go in there and just walk Proctor down and make him comfortable. Don't let him get comfortable. Don't let him, like, as soon as you start walking him down, he can't find his range. He's gonna shoot a takedown. And Mason's good. So stuff it. Bring it back to the feet, maybe make him. I think it's a great fight. I can see her that very well.
I do as well. Yeah.
I think it is a great fight, and even the only thing is, if Mason does win, how is that going to go down now with the next fight? Because that's slowing the division down a little bit.
So MMA Scotland said Mason wins and then he joins the UFC. I mean, it's very possible that if he did win that fight, the UFC would sign him. I wondered actually if the game plan was like, for if that happens, he's kind of gained some lean muscle mass to drop back down to lightweight in the UFC, but be a kind of bigger lightweight by the time he joins. So I can certainly see that. But I think people are writing Proctor off just because of how good Mason is.
Proctor's so solid. I don't know how anyone's writing him off. Like, he's 12-1. Now, this is why they write Proctor off. He's not the most exciting. He's not. But he does the job. That's all he has to do. He's not going in there and he's not absolutely just destroying people. Like, Mason goes in there, Mason swings, Mason is looking for a scrap. Proctor's the complete opposite end of the rope. Like, he's the smooth, smart tactician who goes in there. Him and his coach Alex, they go in and they pick people apart and they study their tape and they go, right, here's what we're going to do, and here's our route to victory. And, like, as a coach and as a fighter, you're trying to go in there and you're trying to win. So if that's how you want to win, you want to win. That's your job. All you have to do is come out there with a W. So I think that's why people are writing him off, because he isn't as exciting. Like, he is, like, quite boring in the sense that it's like that Tyrone Woodley. Like, he got his job done. He didn't need to rush it. He didn't need to go in for the finish. Rushing people gets you finished or gets you put in a bad position. But Mason will put that on him, and Mason will drag him into that dogfight, and that's where it's going to be interesting. Does Proctor come back and bite down the gum shield and go, right, fuck you, let's see who wins this? But I think if whoever wins, I think they're gone. I mean, if Proctor wins, he's 13-1. Yeah. 13-1.
It's something like that. Yeah.
I think so. I think he's 12-1 at the moment, because I was like, I think he is. So he goes to 13-1 and he's the welterweight champion. Cage Wars, right? You're gone. I know, unless they say that he needs to finish someone or something like that, which I highly doubt, because they're looking for talented fighters who are going to cause problems for people. But then Mason wins, without a shadow of a doubt, he might as well just sign the contract that night, like, because he's 100% gone. So the only problem is for me is if Mason wins, that kind of messes up the division a little bit, because what they're going to do now, tournament, woo, yeah, sitting here like this going, well, count me in, count me. Sitting there going mad about it, but because Proctor will be coming off loss if he loses. Then you've got I know Aaron Cleed and Mick Stanton are fighting. Who else is there up there? Like, who else is there? I think if Aaron Cleed wins against Stanton, I think he's going to get a title shot, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Especially if Proctor wins and Aaron Cleed can go and say, I've already beat you once, blah, blah, blah. So I like all the matchups, really. Everything I've seen so far has been great. Cage Warriors are doing a hell of a job. They always do. Indians and
they always do. Yeah.
They always do. Like, even for me, even my matchup, like George, I think George 9-3 at amateur, 3-1 at pro. I can't remember how many submissions he has. And everyone's been talking about, has he got a ground game? Has he got a ground game? Well, I know for a fact
now you'll get to find out.
Yeah, I know he's going to. Well, they found out in the last one. They found out big time in the last one. But this one, like, this is a different ball game. Like, he's going in and, like, he's going to want to go to ground. I know he is. He's a grappler. He's not going to stand. He's not going to stand on the feet with me, because I will piece him up. But that's because I'm better there. So he's going to look to me in close distance, get into the clinch, take me to the ground. Doesn't matter. I'm ready for anything. And like people are all like, "Oh, is it like he's a submission specialist?" That's great. That is fair play to him. Try sub me. Good luck. Try it. Try it. See what happens.
Right, Danny wants
Who
to
do you
know
see?
who you. Yeah, go on. Who you see being the champ when it's your time to compete for it?
I've said this. I said this the other day to on the bash with PT and Noah when I announced my fight. I haven't a clue because the welterweight division has gotten so thin lately. Like it used to be, it was by far
But
the
it's
most
so
stacked
wide
division.
open as well.
Yeah, exactly. It used to be the most stacked division in Cage Warriors by a country mile. When you think of, at one time there was Ross Houston, Nicholas Dalby, Alex Lahore, that fella Santos,
Yep.
the Brazilian German fella who beat Lahore. He's a savage. Paterno, and then you have all the likes of Proctor, McKee. Do you know what I mean? That's a massive division. Like the amount
Yeah.
of names there that have gone on and progressed, whether it be to Bellator or to UFC or KSW or PFL or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a savage amount. They're all killers. So I don't really know because if Adam wins, he's gone in my mind. I think
Hmm.
13-1 and he's welterweight. I don't think you can't not go to the UFC with that. And if he doesn't, he's just very fucking unlucky.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think, oh, this guy's going to be the champ by the time I get there. I have a clue. I don't really care anyway because
And the other thing is we've seen two people recently from Cage Warriors, Reese Mckee and Corey McKenna, go without ever winning the belt. So even if, and we've obviously seen it in the past as well with Craig White and others. So, you know, like it's not even that you need to win the belt to go.
I want that belt. I want that belt. I want two of them. I want two of them. I want two of them. I'm going up to middleweight as well, and I'm winning that. It depending on who is the middleweight champ at the time, and one. Well, not stylistically. Like I still think I could beat all of them. But I mean, like it obviously has to make sense. Like if Webby's near the top of the division, or someone from my team is signed near the top of the division, or someone who comes over and trains with us, I'm not going near them. I'm leave them have their fun.
Yeah.
But
What about
I
Chris
would
Fields? Is
absolutely
Chris
love.
Fields still planning a comeback now that UFC Dublin's off the table?
I haven't a clue. He done a couple of pads the other day, and I looked at him, and he goes, "No, I don't have anything planned just before you start off." And I was like, "Right." I was just wondering, getting a bit concerned there, and he started laughing. But I haven't a clue. To be honest, I don't think his mindset is on a fight at the moment.
Okay.
He's trying to well, just with the new gym open and stuff like that, and all of us coming back into action. I think he's just trying to get his gym up and running and sorted, which isn't a problem for them. They're just trying to get everything finalized, and I don't really know, to be honest, but I'd like to see him have one or two more. I think he's been so unlucky over the last 2-3 years with like 6 pullouts, something like that, or 7 fights. I don't even know, but I'd love to see him fight even one more time. He's so good, and I just love to see him. I would have loved to have seen him got that UFC Dublin shout because he is so good. And he easily beat so many UFC fighters at the moment. But look, everything happens for a reason. Do you know what I mean? He could go on to be the best coach the UFC has ever seen. We don't know, but I'd still love to go on and see him and see him get that chance or
Have that moment.
just go out and have some fun. I don't really think he cares about where he fights. Chris is just a fighter. He actually likes to just fight, as opposed to someone like me who's a competitor. Like Chris will just, if you say, Chris, we're gonna fight, Chris will just go try and just do it now, like right now. Whereas I'm like, shit, I'll see you in 6 weeks. Talk your big game. I'll see you in 6 weeks, and then we'll see when there's a big stage. There's the bright lights are shining down, and the people are watching. Then let's see who can work it. let's see who can pull it off, because I know I will. I know I'll walk in there, and I know there's nothing going to stop me from performing. So, yeah, I'd love to see him have another fight, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, it doesn't really matter who's the champ when I'm going up there, because I'm going to win anyway. But I do want that second belt so I can have Chris, Webby, and me can be 3 Cage Warriors middleweight champions. I don't think that'll never be done again. I don't think so. I don't think any
No.
coach. No, like I know Chris and James were the first to do it, I think, to hold the same belt as the coach. There definitely ain't no way three people from the same gym are holding the same belt. I don't think that's happened. So I would love to do that, but it's not something that I have to do.
Yeah.
It's just something that if I get there and I'm like, oh, yeah, go on, let's do it. Let's see what happens. So I also told Oban Elliott that I'd vacate the welterweight title so he could have a crack
He
at
could be
welterweight.
double champ as well. I love how
both to
you
stand
lot
up.
are all friends and just like interact with each other on Twitter. One more question before we go. We've got a few others, but you definitely answered all of them before in previous interviews. What would your dream opponent be from the UFC? And also, I want to ask you what you think of Hamza Chimaev, who Reese Mckee got in in his debut.
Well, I'll start with that then. He's very good. I mean, we've only briefly seen him in 2 fights, but I mean, he kind of put his name in the mix pretty fast with those 2 fights, especially on the quick turnover. I think he's good. I don't know if he's anything special yet, because we haven't seen him fight anyone in the top 10, and people are going, oh, this guy's next big thing. That's fine. Like, I know Reese is good. I know John Phillips is good. I know they are. But they're also 2 lads who like to stand and bang.
Yeah.
So, and you're going up against, like, as Connor would say, a sniff the jock strap. Do you know what I mean? You're going up against someone who's going to look to take you down straight away. Now, not that there's anything wrong with that. Anything to win, Katie. You know that. But I'd love to see him against, like he's a welterweight. Gilbert Burns. Damian Maia. I'd love to see him against Gunnar Nelson. I think that's the scrap to make. Gunnar Nelson versus Kazmat is the scrap in my mind. Gunny's coming off a loss or 2, I think. I don't know. I don't know where his head's at. I don't know what he's like. But I think that's a great scrap.
Yeah.
Because Gunny beats him. Gunny's back in the mix. He's just beat the young prospect that everyone's touting. And then if he beats Gunny, you're not right. So that he is legit. But like, the welterweight division is so good that it's going to be interesting to see who he matches up with and how he gets on. But look, he's got a bright future. Like, he's got a bright road ahead of him, and he's on the right track. So, yeah, 8 now.
Yeah.
8 now. Yeah.
So, going back to your dream opponent, or like, who's your dream opponent for your debut as well?
For my debut. That's a different one. I'd want to be thrown straight into the fire. Like, I wouldn't want to mess around. Like, I'd want to be thrown straight into, like, against someone. Obviously, they're not going to throw me against a top 10 contender or something like that. But I'd like to be thrown in against a big name. Jesus, I don't know. Like, everyone says that, like Mike Perry and stuff like that, but like, I think that's just like I don't know, anyone like anyone who I get thrown in against. I just want them to have a name that people go, oh shit, Ian's fighting him, and then you go, yeah. And then you go in and you give him a hide. And so there is no dream opponent. Like, I mean, if you're asking me who my dream opponent is in the UFC, it's holding the belt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the person I'd want to test myself against. But no, like, I just, yeah, I'm just trying to think, is there a name? Like, not really. Like, I think I'd be like, right now, I think I'd be about 60-70% of the UFC anyway. But it's the last 30-40% that you're going,
the elite,
like, these are the killers, these are the elite, these are where we need to get to. So that's what I'm working towards. That's what I'm trying to push myself towards, to get better and to knowing that when I go to the UFC eventually, that the minute I sign the contract, I'm going to be able to beat anyone in the division on any given day, on any given time notice. So if they ring me and go, hey, look, Ian, can you fight Kamzat on 2 weeks notice? Yeah, cool. That's what I'm going to beat him. Can you fight Gilbert Burns on 2 weeks notice? Yeah, fine, I'll beat him. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Can
and
you
Craig
go in and
White
slap?
did get Neil Magny on his debut, didn't he? His short notice debut. So
I mean,
it's
like,
possible.
that would be perfect. Perfect. That would be perfect. Something like that. I'm going to just make a statement straight off the bat, and they'd be like, "Holy shit, this kid's legit." And that's what I'm going to win. That's my plan. But anyway, we've got a while till then, so we've got a couple of things I need to do. I need a couple more fights, two belts, hopefully. But we'll get there. We'll get there. No doubt we'll get there. It's just a matter
A few
of
minor
time.
stepping stones on the way.
Exactly. Hopefully no more. Jesus Christ, I couldn't. Oh, I actually think I will just go mad if there's any more setbacks. Like,
Yeah,
I just want to fight. Like,
I know.
I'm not the type of guy that'll go out and start a scrap on the street or anything like that. But like, I'm a competitor. I want to go in there and I want to prove how good I am. But I'm not doing it unless there's a show, unless there's people watching, unless there's bright lights and all that. Like, you see people talking, be like, we'll meet on the street, we'll have a scrap. Not with me, you won't. You hear me in the street, if you try to scrap me up, like, you won't be scrapping me. Like, I'll just leave. Couldn't care less. Walk over and be like, go on, knock me out. I'll just sue your ass.
I always thought that on The Ultimate Fighter when they would like trying to fight each other for free in the house. I was just like, why?
Now, I say that, Katie, right? I say that. I'd say if I went to the Ultimate Fighter house, right, I would scrap every morning. I reckon I'd wake up and I'd ask.
It just seems vile in there.
But in general, like, I talk so much shit that people cannot deal with it. Like, I walk into the gym and I'm like, right, looking around, I'm going, before I even say, I like give it the lads a nod and I'm like, who's getting it today? Looking at that going, you. And I just start pointing and I just start going at them. And I just start talking like brown and just winding them up. But it's a bit of crack. If you can't handle me doing it to you, how are you going to handle your opponents doing it to you? So if I walk into that gym, now, obviously, because I'm probably going to be better than any opponent they fight, because a lot of the time it's the smaller lads or the Ami lads, so they're getting a bit of a, like, when they try to come back and earn it, they're like, all right, go on. And they get it. They get some good motivation to come in and punch me in the face. I remember I said it to Camille one time. We have a little guy in the gym, Camille Winstoncheck, or whatever it is, as Chris calls it, the second name, Scrabble board. It just looks like someone threw a load of Scrabble pieces together. But I get along with him so well. But he fights at 61 kilos, and he's tiny. And I just go in and I just start calling him a Polak. I just take the piss out of him. I'd be like, shut up, you Polak, you'll do nothing. And he's like, hey, why do you have to say this? I'm like, come on, then, let's go. And then we'll be doing a position or a grappling class. And I remember one time I was talking to him. I was in turtle position. I had my hands down. And he socked me in the mouth. Left uppercut to the jaw. Boom. And my jaw clicked. I was like, oh, you fucking little shit. I was like, I'm going to kill you for that. And he's like, got you.
Get banged in.
So, as much as I give it out, I do get it back sometimes. So, no, I just I just can't wait for all this. I mean, I'm so excited with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm just having a great time. I mean, it's hard to put a damper on what I'm doing at the moment.
Well, I'm buzzing for you. I'm buzzing to see you back in there. I'm so glad you've got an opponent. I feel like going and wrapping George McManus in bubble wrap myself just to make sure that he's healthy on fight day for Cage Warriors 115.
So I really do, because I think it'd be a good fight. I think he's pretty game. I mean, I said this to you, respect him for taking the fight. A lot of people didn't, and a lot of people wouldn't take the fight. I mean, we've talked about how hard it was how frustrating it was in February when we were looking for an opponent to go, what are we supposed to do? Like, who's going to take it? All the people are saying no, like, what? So respect him for taking it, and like that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
He thinks he's better than me. I think I'm better than him. We're gonna fight in 6 weeks, and we're gonna find out who's better. That's it. End of. There's no arguing, and I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face. He's probably gonna do it with a smile on his face, and we're gonna have a good time. And we're just gonna see what's up, and I'm gonna leave that cage with my hand raised.
Well, that's a good note to end on. My love to everyone at Team KF. Good luck with the new facility. Stay healthy and happy in training and in camp. And I just can't wait for this trilogy. I think it's going to be amazing.
No, I agree. I think it's going to be a good way to kind of kickstart the return of Cage Wars. I think if you can put it that way, if they do continue it off like that, it'd be a good way to cement a solid opening where you can get a load of good fights in and breed a load of interest into Cage Warriors again, and get everyone buzzed and have all the, as I said earlier on, the prospects, the champions, the contenders, have everyone fight and just be like, holy shit, what a weekend from Cage Warriors. And at the end of it,
me already. I am buzzing for it.
Exactly. and at the end of it, everyone's talking about me. That's the plan. Go in and do something special.
A load of big names. So if you can be the one that they're talking about at the end, then you've done a bloody good job. I'm excited to see it.
That's always the plan. Make sure they're talking about me. Whatever fight night I'm on, make sure they're talking about me afterwards. And that's how you get your name out there. So you don't do that by going out and just trying to scrape a win. You go in there by trying to go in and finish and having a good fight. But that's just the way I am. I go out there and I want to put on a good show. So I will always go out there to fight. I just can't go out there to win. Obviously I'm going out there to beat someone, but I'm gonna go out and beat someone in as spectacular fashion as I can imagine, or I can fathom going towards that fight camp. So I'm just looking forward to this all, and it's going to be great. And I just really am. I'm buzzy. I can see you're buzzy as well. So it's good. That's exactly what you want. They're doing it right. They have people excited. And the 6 weeks out, and they've still got way more fights to announce. So do you know what? I'll take it, run with it, keep my head down, and in 6 weeks' time, I'll show everybody what's up.
Can't wait. Thanks so much for your time, Ian.
No bother. Thanks.